And we're back. Again. Drop the die and keep the parchment, mullets and monsters, internet. My name is Peridiam, and we have got a whole 2-hour premiere episode of a new season of Survivor to unpack. The players are fresh, the color contrast is pretty high, and the marooning, it's here. With Jeff, yet again, emerging from the jungle, the boat speeding to the shore, and a new challenge ahead of us. You know the drill. Actually, let's talk about that challenge. Maybe it's just me, but the opening challenge here is one of my favorites as far as premieres go. And when we see Lindsay, Hai, and Drea all scheme behind the entire cast's back with this new Amulet advantage, I was excited. I mean, it's a premiere of a new season of Survivor, of course. Just inject that strategy into my challenges. That's how you keep me interested. Also, the mud and fake blood was a nice touch. Hai smeared that all over himself. That was a lot of blood loss. But the three players pinky promised to work together come the merge, and I am already highly skeptical of this holding up, but hey, you know, we'll see. This amulet advantage. Okay, so this basically puts a bounty on everyone's head. It is non-transferable, and just as Hai tells us, it's gonna complicate things going forward.
The catch is really crippling. Not only do I have to reconnect with Lindsay and Drea to use this thing, I also have to consider whether or not I need to take them out, because this thing becomes more powerful. But they're thinking the same thing. So now it's like this complex web of like game theory.
Roxroy beasts the challenge for the blue tribe, while Daniel does his best Stephanie the Gross impersonation by removing his shoulder. That is a nasty party trick. But the medics fix him up and we're good to go. Let's get this party underway. Let's bring out the battle map. Snake Island, baby. This is it. Pogs and Pogs and Pogs. And Jeff. We start with the blue tribe, the Ika Tribe. Zach is a superfan. This is his dream being here. He has got a journal covering every step of the way. He could go first. At this point, it's all gravy. The blue tribe all gather around and introduce themselves. We have Drea from Texas, now living in Montreal. Romeo is a pageant director. Swathi is in the National Guard and a comp sci student. Roxroy is 43 for a living, and Tori says that she is a caregiver. But Tori's lying. She says she's a therapist, but you know what? Tori's a gamer. She is hitting the ground running. This is not her first rodeo. She is out for fake blood. Okay, no, she is actually a therapist, and if she can control the way her tribe feels, she can control how they think. Wait, hold up a minute. I've heard that one before. The younger players, Zach, Swathi, and Tori, go and bond over Harry Potter, Butterbeer, Universal Orlando. Which house are you in? I think I'm a Ravenclaw. I think I'm a Pukwudgie. On the flip side, we have Romeo, Roxroy, and Drea bond at the water well. They form an alliance. The game is afoot, and already this tribe is split down the middle. For now. If there's one thing that superfans can bond over in Survivor, it is actually being on Survivor. It's the Survivor theme song. Tori, Zach, and Drea, of course, they all start humming it, and Roxroy is just not having any of it. Look, he's gonna keep it straight. He's already on Survivor. Can we save the meta references for the online forums? Let the dorky YouTubers who cover this stuff do that crap. Roxroy just wants to get the shelter built. He wants a fire. Military music starts playing in the background and orders are being issued. Thematically, I do want to point out I find it amusing that Swathi and Roxroy end up working together not long after this. But Roxroy wants to make sure that he's not overdoing it. He confides in Drea and she says that he needs to take it down a notch. And while Roxroy is frustrated, Zach and Romeo go off and bond over their BMI. That's not something I see every day. But they both like each other, and Zach equates making this alliance akin to going in for a kiss. You want to make a move, but you're just hoping the other person will lean in too. And Romeo does. So Romeo now has a second alliance in his pocket. Romeo's looking pretty solid right now for only day one. And while we're accounting for the movement of all of these players, Tori is still somehow, she's just gaming hard. By herself. She is out looking for Taro. Or, in Tori speak, an idol. But no, she is definitely looking for Taro. What even is Taro? Anyway, Tori doesn't find an idol, but her tribe gets concerned, and Romeo is now saying, you know what? She's gotta go first. That's his target. And Zach, having bonded with Tori, decides to double dip and spill the beans to Tori that she needs to watch out. People are already wary of her. And Zach is right. While you do want to find the idol, you shouldn't be too obvious on the first day. Tori is concerned, and she wants to find a way to fix this. She can't let this stupid search ruin everything. And just as Tori is about to think up another way to mind control her tribe into keeping her, a boat pulls up to the tribe's beach. But enough of the blue tribe for now, let's head to the green Vati tribe to see how they're doing. Because they lost the first challenge of the season, they gotta do a second challenge, either count some triangles or fill up a drum. Sweaty or savvy? Well, Mike takes one look at the drum and starts to get sweaty. So in turn, he then gets savvy by suggesting the tribe work together to do the puzzle. That way, they can all do it together. And at the same time, Mike won't be removed all day from the rest of them. And they go for it. All right, Survivor's back. Time to count some triangles. And look, if there is one thing that Jenny is going to be remembered for, if there's one thing she's good at, it is looking at these shapes. She is a designer, and this is her challenge to lose. The tribe needs their starting tools, or they're screwed. And we then flash to the orange Taku tribe, who are undergoing the exact same dilemma. Jonathan counts 11 triangles. Jonathan, please, make yourself useful. Just go knock over a tree. And so he does. Omar, on the other hand, is an owl in the night. He counts triangles like there is prey. And Marianne literally draws triangles on the screen. How did she do that? Wizard magic? Be the wizard, Marianne. Both tribes get 2 guesses, and they figure that it's either going to be 50, 51, or 52 triangles. They both settle with 51, and almost at the same time, they both get it correct. Which means every tribe now has their machete, a pot, flint, and all the fixins. But let's head back to Vati. Mike introduces himself as an ex-firefighter from Jersey, which means that he's already the most likely person to win this season given the success rate of people from Jersey. And despite spending his life fighting fire, this time around he is the guy making the fire. Lydia introduces herself. She is just simply happy that she's not crying yet. She hates sand, she hates bugs, she hates getting burned. She's not entirely sure how she even got here. One moment she's at a music festival, then she meets Jeff, and now here she is. Life is just one crazy trip, but she instantly hits it off with Hai. The two of them bond, they get on like a house on fire. On the flip side, we have Jenny and Mike, who also get on together. The two of them are pairing off and seem to want to work together. And so if we're looking at the board, we have 2 duos and then 2 singles left in the middle, and that leaves us with Chanel and Daniel. Chanel is also a gamer. She is keen, she's observant, she notes these duos are popping up, and so she takes Daniel aside and is like, we're kind of what's left. Should we make this work? Daniel is game. Yeah, let's go for it. They both need each other given the state of the tribe dynamics this early. And so with the Vati tribe, we have got 3 duos already popping up before us. And if you pay close attention, you may notice that it forms the shape of a triangle. Dear God, it's starting to make sense. But then a boat pops up on their beach, which ruins the triangle, forming a parallelogram. So we head to Taku, the orange tribe, to see what they've been up to. We know they already got their tools and are geared up to build a fantastic shelter. We've got Omar the owl, Jonathan the grug, he's all about being a provider. Marianne is just overjoyed to be on Survivor. She is bursting with personality. Lindsay over there has her amulet in her back pocket. Mariah is out here to prove something to herself, and Jackson is letting the tribe know about his story. Jackson has been a longtime fan of the game. He applied 10 years ago to be on, but the twist is, he was a girl back then. Now he's not. Jackson views the show as a test. I mean, yes, his goal is to win the million, but if that doesn't happen, just getting a chance to try it is a testament, even if that chance only lasts 48 hours. And then that gosh darn boat shows up, and Marianne is like, I kind of want to go. I mean, I will sacrifice myself if I have to. It is what it is. So she takes one for the team, and then Jenny on the green tribe draws the short straw, so she's going, while Drea on the blue tribe wins a rock, paper, scissors tournament, and thus we head to Shipwheel Island. Oh yeah, of course, this place. We've seen this twist before. Similar to how the triangle task was the polar opposite of the season 41 tribes picking the barrel filling with the water, instead of 3 men going to Shipwheel Island with Xander, JD, and Danny, we now have 3 women. The season is almost like a mirror polar opposite. Did Erica smashing the hourglass cause a rupture in the timeline? Either way, the ladies hike to the top, they read a sign, then they go to the other side, and we see Drea decide to risk her vote, Marianne decide to also risk her vote, and Jenny decides to play it safe and protect her vote. This means the first 2 will get an extra vote, and Jenny is being very charitable playing defense. So Shipwheel Island is done, and we head back to the orange Taku tribe. Jackson is feeling dizzy. Lindsay is taking care of him by getting him water, reminding him to drink. Jackson has been feeling dizzy for the past 10 hours now, which is wild. It's only day 3. And then another boat shows up to their beach. Wait, hold on, another Shipwheel Island? Are we in a time loop? Erica, What have you done this time? Turns out it's Jeff, and he needs to talk to Jackson. And so we go into this long backstory about the pregame where Jackson disclosed medical information to the producers the day before they were set to start the game. The producers decided to let him play at the time, maybe it'll work itself out. If not, they will deal with it, and now it's something like 3 days later, and it's not looking good for Jackson, and Jeff is here to let him know that he can't continue. Jeff is like, this is way too serious to wait it out. And Jackson understands. He understands the severity, and he's thankful he even got a chance to play at all. It was a 48-hour gift. Phew, okay, Jackson tells the rest of his tribe the bad news, and Marianne does not take this very well. She's heartbroken. The tribe is stunned. They haven't even competed for immunity yet, and they're already down a player. But they got Jonathan, their secret weapon. Each of his arms is large enough to be a player. And at the immunity challenge, the orange Taku tribe manages to get first. The green Vati tribe takes second, and the blue Ika tribe is not looking too hot. This challenge was grueling to watch, and that dragon puzzle is legitimately really difficult. I own a mini version of it in real life. It takes forever. Also, just gotta say, I love the Ouroboros, the snake for the immunity idol, so thematic for this season. So we head back to the blue Ika tribe, who are scrambling before tribal. Zach apologizes for blowing the puzzle. He just feels bad. But that doesn't stop Tori from going into Mach 11 with her strategy. She pulls Drea aside to chat. They both think that Roxroy needs to go because he was the actual true weak link at the challenge, not Zach. I mean, yeah, Zach wasn't great, but Roxroy is the actual problem. Yes, he was the leader at building the shelter, but that's not going to keep them immune when push comes to shove. Meanwhile, Roxroy and Swati connect and decide to target Zach. Zach was the weakest at the puzzle, and that cost them. This leads to Drea and Romeo chatting, and Drea tells him about the Roxroy vote. She's got Tori, but Romeo is now really confused. Drea, they're in a 3-person alliance with Roxroy. That's numbers on the tribe. Why turn on him that quickly? Drea is all about that physicality, and Rox was just not delivering. But Romeo is miffed. He thinks Roxroy is actually the most physical guy on their tribe. Romeo is even discounting himself here. Drea gives in and says, fine. But then who? Romeo says, Tori. We need to take out Tori. Romeo has wanted Tori out since the beginning, since she failed to find that Taro. Who goes looking for Taro? Drea says, okay, if not Roxroy, she can vote out Tori, even though she just strategized with Tori to vote out somebody else. Mind you, Drea might not even have a vote because she did go to Shipwheel Island and she risked her vote, so it's possible she can't even vote here. So from what we've seen, the 2 targets are now set. We have Zach and Tori in the crosshairs. And amusingly then, Zach and Tori meet on the beach and they're just like, yup. Not looking good. Best of luck, bestie. It's been real. So Romeo is gunning for Tori, and he meets up with Roxroy and Swati. He pitches for them to take out Tori. Now, if you remember, they wanted Zach out, but for Romeo, Zach is his plan B. Zach is his skinny guy alliance. Zach is his awkward, hypothetical first island kiss. But just like how Drea faced pushback with Romeo about voting out Roxroy, now Romeo is facing pushback with Roxroy and Swati about voting out Tori. Roxroy really hates all this buzzing about, just pick a target and settle on it. Romeo says, this is Survivor 2.0, this is what we signed up for. We head to Tribal Council, dip our beaks in and get fire, and really it kind of all boils down to Zach versus Tori. Zach tells Jeff he lost trust in Tori, and Tori is the same for Zach. Zach was just not keen on Tori taking Drea aside after they got back from the challenge. It kind of spooked him. Well, guess what? Tori's the same way. And when they go to vote, it turns out Zach was never confident that he was staying anyway, and he decides to play his shot in the dark. He knew he was screwed. Also, Drea got an extra vote, so we're gonna have to keep that in mind going forward. And then, the moment of truth. Zach fired the first shot heard around the world, in the dark, and he missed. His shot in the dark failed, he wasn't safe, and he was swiftly voted out, 5-0. Unanimous. But hey, silver lining, at least he's gonna get a bit of extra trivia on the Survivor Wiki.
Hey, I'm the first unanimous vote. That's neat. It's not what I wanted, but it's a cool little fact you can put on my Survivor Wiki page.
And that's where the premiere of Survivor 42 left us. I gotta say, from where I'm sitting, after having broken all of this down, I can say I don't have any grasp of what's happening on the Orange Tribe. I think Jonathan and Lindsay are gonna duo up. I also think Omar and Marianne and Jonathan are going to duo and possibly trio up. This is all from the preseason marketing material and some secret scenes after the episode. And then Mariah is kinda there. They didn't really tell us any of this in the episode though, so I had to do a little bit bit of extra digging to figure that out. I think for me, the biggest question with this tribe is, will Jonathan let them lose? For the green tribe, we've got 3 duos. I'm excited to see where they go, and I don't really have an inkling out of what we're gonna get from them. Will it turn into one duo needing to work with another, or will one of them fracture? Seeing that Jenny and Mike are the older pair, will that pose a problem, or will Jenny's wits and Mike's provider role prove valuable, leaving Hai and Lydia in the dust? It appears to me that based on the board, Chanel and Daniel seem to have the most agency for now, so maybe it'll come down to them and their whim. And as for the blue tribe, oh boy. All over the map. Literally. So many targets, so many shifting allegiances. I worry for Tori because she is clearly on the bottom. I worry for Roxroy because he's been targeted for being kind of expendable and he seems to not fit in on a personal level. And I even worry for Romeo because Zach was his ally to lose and he lost him, and Romeo may be the physically weakest now on the tribe. What if that becomes a recurring narrative? And then Drea was targeted in the promo for episode 2. This tribe might be the disaster tribe that most 3 tribe seasons seem to have. Either way, that is going to be my breakdown for the wild premiere of Survivor 42. I personally really enjoyed it. I am looking forward to what we get next. I'm hooked. I'm ready. But let me know, what'd you think about it? Who are you rooting for so far? A huge thank you to my patrons on the screen for supporting me through another season of this show. You took your shot in the dark, and it worked, and I'm thankful. Thank you all for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to get those scrapes checked out by the medical team on your way out, and I will see you in the next one once I smear fake elephant dung all over my body. What? It's a new era.
Oh, elephant dung. Oh.
It's so cute, but I'm sorry.
Just do it.
Put it on my face too. Freaking.
Oh my God, I hope they're okay.
You're good.
Why are they filthy? Oh my God, are you bleeding?
Yeah.
Are you okay? You're bleeding a lot.